every game is going to be different compared to the Durant Cup. On that particular occasion, they were the better team. From us scoring to getting through to the final, they completely dominated the game, which is something we were all disappointed about. But sometimes you have to win football matches differently. And in terms of, we spoke about after the game, we defended really well that day, but we have to do better. We have to play better if we're going to beat Hyderabad this weekend compared to the Durant Cup. But as I said, you have to have different qualities. You have to do different things to win different football matches, and this will be a different game. They're a strong team. I think they've been impressive so far in the league games. They're a team that have been together a long time with the coach, and rightly so, going to be one of the favourites for winning trophies this year.
A lot comes up from the system, I would say. How the gaffer wants us to play. Of course, sometimes it's me, sometimes it's Alan, Alex, Parag. There are a lot of top quality players in our team, and it's all about adapting the system. How the gaffer wants us to play, how he wants us to move, and if you all can do that the right way, then it becomes easier. And but yeah, both of them are top players. Alec, for example, has proven a lot himself in the other Asian leagues. Alan as well was here last year, so they have a lot of quality. Other defenders as well, the whole team, they're doing well. And I'll touch on the system again. It starts with the whole team. If everyone does their work, in the system, then it becomes easier. If you start missing out here and there, then life becomes difficult for you. So just adapt to the system, stick to it, and then the combination looks really good.
Most of our players really understand and know what it's like to play at Hyderabad. Again, every away game for me is going to be something new, different environments, different grounds, different situations. And so I'm learning off the players before we go to these places, learning about sort of how close the supporters are, how on top of you, how many's going to be there, the intensity, the rivalry. But it's going to be a tough game for us, a tough place to go to. And again, one that we're looking forward to. We know it's a challenge for us, but as well, we know that if we can go and perform and get a good result. Chennai, everybody was expecting Chennai to come out the starting blocks and dominate the game first 15, 20 minutes. Well, we did the opposite. We did that. We kept the ball, we created and got the goal, silenced the crowd. And then, as a lot of the games in this year's league so far, the momentum swings, and that changed, and the crowd got behind them, and ultimately they scored at a good time. And then you can see the positive amongst the crowds. But we have to deal with them situations. I just touched on it then. I think I haven't seen a game where teams have completely dominated it from the first whistle to last minute. You have got plenty of opportunities, whether you're home or away. Great example is the other night when Kerala absolutely dominated ATK and ended up losing the game 5-2. Nobody after 15, 20 minutes would have suggested that what the result was going to be happening. So you have to manage certain situations and manage the game at particular times when you're on top, but also when you're under pressure as well.
Of course, he's a top goalkeeper. I think he's proven his worth with so many years with the national team and the club level. And of course, when you have good people behind you, I played with him in the national team for many years, so we have this good understanding, when he's going to come, when I have to go for the ball. So it always helps when off the field also you have a good relation. And if you go in detail, he's coming out for crosses, his shot saving and everything is top class, and that's why he's one of the finest goalkeepers in Asia. And it's great to have him at the back, so now he's going to keep a lot of clean sheets to help the team and build on it.
Can I just add to that? I don't want Gurpreet to be as busy as he has been in a couple of games so far, so I think we'd all like to think that he's a fine goalkeeper, but we don't need him to be showcasing his talents too often, because we want to be sort of a lot more solid as a team, not just defenders or anything like that, but as a team. Well, like every game in both boxes, you defend your 18-yard box really, really well. You keep the opposition out, and then when we get the ball, then we've got to do really well at the top end of the pitch to score the goals. And I think if we analyse the game so far, I think for large parts we've looked quite solid defensively. I think we've been, the system has worked, but then in possession we need to be a little bit better as a team, a bit more creativity in terms of keeping possession of the ball better. I think sometimes we overturn the ball too easily, which then questions ask questions of our defenders too frequently. And so I'm trying to get the balance with the players as well to be good attacking and create lots of chances, but also not be too open and give opportunities to good players. Because if you give good players opportunities, they'll punish you. And we've seen lots and lots of goals in games so far this season already. Our team, whether we're slightly different to others with the system that we play, I'm trying to get the balance of being defensively very strong, not concede too many goals, too many opportunities, but we've got to make sure that we perform better with the ball to that's more questions of the opposition.
Yeah, it's different now. It was 24, 23 when I came last time. We had a different coach. That time I came for a very short period because it was that time, how it was. The ISL, you finish it, then you only come for 3.5 months. I think that was it. But the vibe of the club, and this thing I said upon joining as well, the major thing where I felt back then, and one of the biggest reasons when I came, now of course the gaffer was there involved, and Sunil Bhai and Manda, everyone, but the main thing which I felt back then and this time also, the mentality of the club, and I've said when I signed also, the DNA of this club is to win trophies, and that what attracted me to sign again in this club. And the moment I came back, same mentality all over the club. Whomever you meet in the club is just about trophies about winning, which spreads a great energy in the club. So yeah, that was one of the reasons I wanted to come back, and I found the same atmosphere and I loved it. And yeah, some of them are still here from that time. A lot of new players, and that time I had a different role. I was kind of a young player when I joined. Now I've joined with a little bit experience, so I had a little bit more different role than the last time, but enjoying it, loving it, every moment of it in the ground, off the field, and just gotta keep getting better as a team, as an individual, and go for our targets for the season.
Well, it doesn't matter which individual you mention. We want to keep clean sheets. You can throw a Becci into that, and other centre forwards, other wide players. You have to try and stop Victor getting on the ball because he's a key player to it as well. So we don't concentrate solely on one player. We have to do the units have to work well as groups. Don't allow the opposition any easy opportunities. I think if you concede a goal and a player goes past 3 or 4 players and he bends it in the top corner, then you'll say, well played, you deserve that. But I think the biggest gripe from when I was a defender, and probably Sandesh and other defenders, are that if you give a goal away and you could have avoided it, then you're disappointed. I think the goal at Chennai was avoidable as well, and we're disappointed with that, where other times we've made blocks, etc., and it's looked impressive of what we've done defensively. So we're not going to concentrate on one player. We certainly respect every player we're playing against, whether it's a right back or a centre forward, left winger. And whoever's playing against them has to win their individual battles and make sure that you come out after the game on top, and you can say to your mates, I kept X, Y and Z quiet. You can go on proud of what you've done, because that's what you get paid for doing.